Aloha! Welcome to a new special series of our podcast dedicated to the Olympic Games in Tahiti. We interview for you some of the protagonists of this Olympic adventure. Today with us, representing Australia, Saffi Vette. Welcome, Saffi. Welcome to the show. Where are you today?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm actually currently in Melbourne, Australia. I'm at the Urban Surf, the wave pool. I flew over yesterday, pretty last minute to be honest, just to get a few sessions in over here to improve my barrel riding technique and to practice for my first QS event of 2024. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here, but it's always nice to be back in Australia.
Yeah, nice. I like that. Melbourne is a cool city on top of the waves, right? So it's fun to enjoy.
Yeah, awesome.
Today we're going to talk about a lot of things. Of course, we're going to talk about Olympic Games, but the first question that I have for you is the question that I ask everyone on the show. In your opinion, what is the most important thing in surfing?
I think that the most important thing about surfing is having the most fun and being surrounded by your friends and family in the water and just being exposed to all different shapes and sizes and winds and swells and just being immersed in the ocean, I feel like is probably one of the most special things you could ever experience. So I think that's what is so special about surfing.
It's a 360 adventure, right?
Totally. Yeah. Ups and downs, the best times. So yeah.
That's cool. And so how this adventure started with you? I'm actually interested in your first surfboard, like the proper one, the one that you were really looking forward to have. What was that? When was that?
My first proper board. Gosh, it was so I got given my first board when I was quite young. I got given one to play around on. It was kind of like a foamy, but then my dad had lots of boards we'd play around on. And then he was like, all right, if you want your first fiberglass proper board that you really want, it's not going to be brand new, but we can buy a secondhand board from the boardroom, which is pretty much just down the road from where I live. Tommy Dalton shapes Mayhem's there, and at the time Ricardo Christie was riding for him, and I wanted this one board that it was Ricardo's old board, and so I saved up for half of it, did chores around the house, and eventually saved up enough to go halves with my dad and bought my first ever surfboard. And I was chuffed. I was so excited. I sprinted down the road. I was lucky enough to grow up opposite the beach in Gisborne, New Zealand, and sprinted down the beach. And on the way to the surf, Ricardo was actually parked up with his family. And so I got the board signed by him before I paddled out for my surf, which is pretty classic looking back on now because we're actually really good friends. So it's probably one of my most embarrassing stories that I have with him, but he finds it hilarious.
It's actually very, very cool that your first surfboard had this story, And did you keep it or the board disappeared somewhere?
I ended up, I think, swapping it back at Tommy's to get a new one that was a bit smaller for me, and it was one of my neighbour's old boards. He used to be a professional surfer as well, and he had a board that was perfect for me to start doing turns on. So that was the next board, and then I ended up getting a brand new one eventually. That was my first custom, and I was so stoked.
I guess, quite quite a progression, right? And
Oh yeah, for sure. I was definitely not allowed to get a, brand new board without working hard for it. So I think dad noticed that I really wanted to keep going with surfing. So he kind of gifted me a brand new surfboard. I think what was for my birthday or something one year. So it was pretty special.
that's a nice gift. That's a nice gift, and
Yeah, lovely gift. I wasn't complaining.
and it pushed you to where you are today. It's
Oh, for sure.
contributed.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what you're saying, that you grow up with a lot of either shapers, professional surfers, so all these around you, and somehow they all contributed to your evolution, isn't
Yeah. I mean, at the time, I honestly just saw them as, my neighbor was used to compete on QS, and I didn't really realize that he was actually a really good surfer until I started surfing with him. And my dad was like, he's really good, Saffi, you should keep surfing with him. And then when Ricardo Christie kind of started to do really well in his contests, that's when I was like, oh shoot, there's a hotbed of talent in my hometown. This is pretty cool. I could be like them one day. So it was definitely, I had some role models, and I had a younger brother as well. My brother Finn, he's 2 years younger than me, and he was also really keen on surfing. So he was better than me. So, and is still is better than me, but he would push me a lot. And I think that's what helped me strive to be better, I think.
great. And who gave you the best advice, if any?
Oh, best advice.
Yeah,
I think I've been given so many bits of advice. It's hard to kind of pinpoint one bit of advice, but I think Ricardo has had a big impact in my Olympic campaign. We kind of sat down a few years ago, and he was just like, you can go to the Olympics, right? And I was like, yeah, whatever. In my dreams kind of thing. I didn't really think it was a possibility, especially with Chopes being the location. I was pretty terrified, and he was like, you're going to do it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I think one of that message is, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. So that's definitely a little bit of advice. And I think another bit of advice my dad gave me was, just have fun with it, and, keep things really light and fun, and don't take things too seriously. And I think those are a few of my mottos at the moment.
But I had the opportunity to interview quite a lot of pro surfers, some of them legendary, some of them maybe just less famous. And all of them, in a way, they told me the same. Is like, Alessandro, if you keep it light, if you have fun, if you don't feel like you want to win every heat, that's what pro surfers do.
Yeah.
They are not there just to participate. We want to win. But if you have fun in doing that, and if it becomes like every time something like oppressive or something like we don't enjoy, then we don't perform. So a part of performance is linked to have fun, right? You're a surfer.
I agree.
You want to have fun also.
Yeah, totally. And that's why you started surfing, right? I feel like because it was fun. You were with your friends, you were with your family. Yeah, I feel like fun is a huge part of the sport. And just keeping things having low expectation, I feel like is a huge one, because if you have low expectation, you're going to have a good time every surf, and just throughout life, I feel like as well. I think having low expectation is a really good thing.
I mean, being humble, right? Whatever you get, it like a blessing, something like
totally, for sure. Yeah.
So now tell me, because as a pro surfer, obviously you have to train, you have to go to wave pools and try barrels, you have a coach, you have blah, blah, blah. So do you still have time to go out with your friends and family and just have a casual surf, or the sport is taking all your time?
Yeah, no, I definitely do still have a lot of fun. Like I said before, my motto for this next few, like, couple of years is keeping things fun and light. And I think, there's definitely a way you go about this next chapter and this next, chapter of my life. And I think that you have to have balance. So I can have training in the morning out in the water, and then I can go for a free surf in the afternoon, or go surf with my mum in the afternoon, or just go and see my friends and have a bit of a social life as well. I think it's really important for me to not be so tunnel visioned on the next 6 months and just kind of keep doing things how I want to do things and not having too much pressure on myself. So yeah, I think I definitely have a good balance at the moment, and I feel like I'm in quite a good space at this point in time with having fun outside of being a professional surfer. And yeah, I think it's going pretty well at this stage.
Cool. It's good. I like the fact that all your family is around you somehow, somewhere. So it's good
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah. It's for sure a great advantage. And so we were talking about barrels, of course, and Teahupoo is one of the best wave in the world. How you are preparing for that? What do you know
Yeah.
when?
Yes.
What do you expect?
Yeah. So I went to Tahiti in July with the ISA. I was lucky enough to be selected to go and do a camp over there for a week, and had expectations of it being completely terrifying, horrifying, and what you see on the internet, like the code red swell, is what I was pretty much expecting. And I was expecting, obviously to get pretty pounded, because I'd never really been in such an environment that's so heavy, and the energy of that wave is pretty spectacular. So I was expecting it, to be real gnarly and scary. To be honest, I wasn't going to hide away from the fact that it wasn't going to be, I guess, intimidating. So once I got over there, I was like, oh, okay, we're starting off pretty easy. It's a little bit smaller, 3 to 4. That's quite nice. And then on day 2 of the camp, I slipped standing up and I tore my MCL in my knee. So that was pretty devastating, especially so early on in the camp, as I really wanted to, get the hang of Teahupoo and the ins and outs of it, as we had a really cool opportunity to have Trevor David as our coach, and Keanu, his cousin, as our filmer, and Arson as our water safety guy, and a bunch of other really cool crew that organised the camp. So I was pretty gutted, not going to lie. So I really want to get back there as soon as possible to give it another crack, and hope that I can do that. But for now, I'll be training at Urban Surf just to get my technique right and keeping my line on the wave correct. And yeah, I think it's a really cool challenge for me, and I'm really excited to, I guess, prove to some people that I can, surf and I can do really well. So I'm really excited.
Like they're saying, once you are an Olympian, you're always going to be an Olympian, right? So that's already a huge, fantastic achievement, because when we were talking about being humble and enjoy a little bit of the every step of the road, today, last time in Tokyo, there were only a handful of surfers, men and women. And now you have this second edition. So already is a great achievement, but of course you have to win, right? So that's the, that's
the goal.
That's the scope of being there. So, and so you're going to go back soon? Like how soon? in Teahupoo?
I'm hoping there'll be a swell soon, just because it's pretty easy to get there from New Zealand. But the trade winds have kind of kicked in recently, so I've been keeping a close eye on it, and I have contacts over there that are helping me with finding the right time to come, but it hasn't quite come around yet. So I'm hoping early next year I'll get a little window and opportunity to go over. If not, then after my QSs in Australia, I'll go over there for a couple of months, I'd say, and just really get it all dialed in and have a little less anxiety about Teahupoo and surfing it.
Yes, it can be. I know. I can imagine. It could be very creating anxiety, to go.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, no, it's definitely a mind-boggling wave, and I'm up for the challenge. So,
And
I'm
you have a
looking
coach that is helping you in this adventure, Olympic adventure, or no?
yeah, at the moment, I actually have someone from home who is helping me. His name's Flo Bub. He isn't actually from a surfing background. He was actually a professional skier, slope style. So he's got his professional skiing background, but he didn't go too far in that due to a huge knee injury. So his dream was to go to the Olympics for skiing. And then he lived in Hawaii for a while and then moved to New Zealand with his partner. And he has been running our board riders in Gisborne for the last maybe 4 years, like 5 years maybe, and started coaching. And I feel like having someone that's outside of kind of the surfing world or isn't as, I don't know, I feel like he's got a different perspective, and he knows how I work and what my values look like and how we can attack the whole Olympic situation. So he's been a huge person in my corner for the last maybe a year or so. We've known him for a while, but since this whole Olympic thing, he's been in my corner for the last, I guess, 6 months now. And yeah, I'm really, really fortunate enough to have someone that fully believes in me and wants to be on my journey. So at this stage, Flo's in my corner. We haven't got a full coach for New Zealand, committed coach for New Zealand yet, but I'd say we'll be confirming that soon. But obviously I have to talk to Billy Stearman as well about that and see what he wants to do too. So it's a team effort.
Team effort, yes. Interesting choice to
Yeah.
again, you can get coach advice from like everybody, not necessarily. I agree with you. Have to be like pro surfers or not. I mean,
Yeah.
knowing Teahupoo maybe helps, but I'm sure as you said, team effort. You will get a little bit of the best from everybody, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. I feel like everyone has different perspectives, and when I go to Tahiti, I'll probably use Tereva, and then when I'm home, I'll be using Flo, and then when I go to Australia, I'm going to use Mick Kane. So yeah, I enjoy hearing a lot of different perspectives and trying new people, and as long as it's okay with them, then it suits me. So yeah. I think it's a special thing to be able to have a lot of different input from all walks of life, to be honest.
Have you visualized, because of course surfers, they will compete in Tahiti, far on the opposite part of the world, and the Olympics are called Paris 2024, right? But I guess all the surfers will have the possibility to walk into the stadium with all the national teams. Have you visualized that moment? Because I guess for every athlete is one of the best moments, when they carry your flag and everybody's cheering. Have you visualized that, or are you going to leave the moment when it happens, if it happens?
Yeah, I'm a huge visual person, so I definitely have visualized it. I grew up watching the Olympics since a young kid. I was real sporty, so I wanted to be at the Olympics no matter what sport I chose to do. And I'm lucky I chose surfing, and I'm lucky also that it's been a part of the Olympics as of recent too. So yeah, it's a huge, huge opportunity, and it's a huge moment for me and my family. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully we can go to some sort of closing ceremony and they can fly us to France after.
Not bad idea. I like that. I like. Cool. And until today, what was the best wave of your life,
Gosh.
or most, I don't know, memorable, if not best?
Oh, I didn't actually make it out, but I was surfing Uluwatu up at Temples, and it was maybe like 4 or 5 foot, not huge, which was not too scary, but definitely like good enough for Temples. And a few good guys were out. All the Indo guys were out, which was pretty cool to watch. And Kelly was there at the time, and I just went this like one that no one wanted to go on. And I was like, all right, this is my time. I need to like pull something out of the bag here. And I just pulled in, all like my vision was just like Kelly like looking in at me. And I was like, oh my God, I better make it out. And then I just got so pitched in the barrel and didn't come out. So, but the vision was pretty cool. But I don't know what my best wave has been. There's been so many good waves that I've had around home and when I lived on Gold Coast, and gosh, I don't know. Every wave's a good wave.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone is good one. And of course, sharing the waves with Kelly's later is not bad experience, right?
Yeah. Oh, it was crazy. I was too scared to say hi.
Really? Okay. But have you met, like, apart of Kelly, any other surfer, pro or not, that experience was particularly meaningful for you?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I feel like Laura Inova is definitely someone I admire. I admire her confidence in big waves and just her will to push herself in such consequential, waves as well. She is like one of my favorite people I've met that's a professional surfer, and she's just so much fun. She's always got a good yarn on her, and I really admire her confidence and her kindness as well. So she's definitely someone I admire, and I have admired since I was a young girl. I've just been lucky enough to get to have a few yarns with her recently and get to know her a bit better. And she's one of my favorite pros at the moment. I was lucky enough to live with Tom Whitaker recently last year for 8 months and his kind family. So that was pretty cool to be around him when he was home instead of him being overseas on tour with Steph and Griffin and Katie and I think it was Kanoa at the time as well. So that was pretty cool to see him in his element and also meet Steph, who's obviously the GOAT. I never thought I'd be in the same kind of space as them. So being from a small town in New Zealand, you just dream of meeting your idols and seeing if they live up to expectation, and they definitely do. So it's pretty cool. They're very kind people, which is even better.
Yes, I like this concept that everyone that you listed or you were talking about, they have like positive vibes somehow. So.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very lucky with the people I've met along the way. I feel like every person I've met has definitely, you know, been for a reason. So it's pretty cool to experience these beautiful moments.
Yeah, cool. So we're gonna finish our interview with a short Q&A session. I asked these 6 questions to everyone. Please answer first thing that comes up to your mind, okay?
Okay.
The best surfboard that you ever rode?
Oh, a Driver 2.0 Lost Mayhem surfboard.
Not bad, not bad. And the best shaper of all time, in your opinion, or your favorite one?
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to.
My shaper from home, Tommy. Tommy Dalton.
Personal question, your favorite song or kind of music?
Favorite song?
Kind of music.
Oh my gosh.
I like to listen.
Wonderwall by
You too?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
It's a little family thing.
Okay. Your favorite surf spot?
My favorite surf spot is
Secret.
probably, oh God, that's so hard. Probably like Snapper or something like that, if there was nobody out.
Okay. Well, we have to say about that, but it's okay. How that waves nowadays, but no. Who's your favorite woman surfer of all time?
Favorite woman surfer of all time? It's got to be Steph. Hey, she has it all.
It was easy. You know, I kind of knew the answer, and
It's too easy.
Yeah,
There's so many though. There's so many.
it's true. And the last question is a little bit unusual. I would like to know your best relationship advice.
Best relationship advice?
I don't know why I came up with this.
I don't really think I have much of that, to be honest, to
Can
give to you.
Can be a friend relationship, can be
Okay.
a romantic relationship, can be relationship between surfer. I don't know. You come up with any
Okay.
answer you want.
I feel like communication is key. So communication.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it myself too.
You know, it's very important. If you can communicate, then you solve a lot of problems in every kind of relationship.
Exactly.
Be romantic, of course. Thank you so much for being with me on the show, and I hope to talk to you very soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ciao. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed our today's episode. If you want to know more about us, please follow www.thetempleofsurf.com and all our social media. Mahalo!